Gilbert and Sullivan Opera Victoria is about to open its second season for the year with the delightful and one of the funniest productions in their repertoire. It's the romantic comic opera Patience. And here to talk about it is director Robert Ray.
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon to you too, Robert, and welcome back, because it only feels like yesterday you were in here talking about the Arcadians.
Yes, this is the second one that I'm doing this year, and it's been wonderful in a way, but also rather tiring.
I can imagine. There's one always back to back, weren't they?
Yes, absolutely. Well, they have been. Yes,
Yeah.
I think I had 3 weeks off between.
Golly. Well, look, I'm sure it'll all be worth it.
Thank
in
you,
the
Joan.
finish.
Yes, I'm sure it will be too.
Now, Patience was my first, I was mentioning this before, my first introduction to Gilbert and Sullivan. Way back in the day, 100 years ago, I appeared in a production as one of the rapturous maidens.
Right,
Oh, it was lovely.
Yes.
And it was such a wonderful experience. It really was.
Yes, I can tell already how much the cast are really loving doing it.
Yes.
You know, they seem to have, the atmosphere is fantastic in the rehearsals, and everyone's laughing and joyous, and I think that'll spill right over into the audience.
Oh, it should.
That joy.
Oh, it will. So now tell us a bit about the title character, Patience.
She's very interesting because there's so many phonies in this opera. She's the unphony person on it, and her truth and her honesty and her, well, not naivete, but she is really at the centre. She's like the audience would identify with, and she's being beautifully sung by Renee Mowering.
Oh, lovely. Right. Yes, I seem to remember now. Everybody else has got their own
yes.
personalities or whatever, but she's what
absolutely.
you see. What you see is what you get.
Exactly, and it's in a way it's a difficult role to play because you know she should not appear uneducated and stupid, but on the other hand, there's a simplicity about her that cuts through all the pretense.
Yes, no, it's lovely.
Right. Yes.
And so maybe to refresh my memory and to tell the listeners, give us a story of Patience.
Well, it's as I've said, with the Gilbert and Sullivans, they're now getting into their 150th anniversaries of their productions and so forth. So, but Patience, perhaps of all of them, is the most timely and timeless of them all because it satirises cults, it satirises mindless following of personalities, of fashion, and it also satirises, phoniness and so forth. So it's about two poets, so-called, Archibald Grosvenor and Reginald Bunthorne. Neither are particularly good poets, but they're pretending to be. And one of them had a romance with Patience when they were children, and the other one pursues her. The idea of poets pursuing an ordinary common milkmaid is rather funny in itself. But in the background, there are a whole group of rapturous maidens that really are pining for Archibald Grosvenor, and then when he is unattainable, they swap their affections to Archibald, to Grosvenor. Did I say it?
No,
mix it up. They go from
Bunthorne.
They go from Reginald Bunthorne, and when he's not available, they go to Archibald Grosvenor. And in the background also is a troop of 35th Dragoon Guards.
Just to throw that
yes,
in
and they were engaged to the rapturous maidens a year ago, but they've come back into the village and found that their maidens have moved their affections elsewhere.
Oh dear!
Yes.
Oh dear!
Yes.
And that creates a few
Yes.
little,
There's a lovely tension between the ultra feminine in the maidens and the ultra masculine in the soldiers, and Sullivan reflects that in the music for both. They're very different music.
Yes, I can remember the Sullivans, the soldiers, was very, sort of a march thing, very, very strong.
Absolutely. Sullivan's father was a bandmaster, and Sullivan would have brought up hearing military music, and he's expert at doing such music. It's really fantastic.
It's fabulous. I just love it. I love the music, and it's almost a satire.
Well, it is a satire. As I said, it's a satire on the bogus, the phonies,
yes.
And so forth. As I said, that's why it's so timeless today, because we still have that in our midst a great deal in our politics, especially here and in America, especially, and it is about pretension. It's also about knocking down high art. The snobbery of high art. As we said, there's art everywhere. No, but it's a very, very funny piece. Very funny. And I think this day, with our gloomy weather and our gloomy politics and our gloomy whatever, I think it's a biggest laugh. Wonderful.
Oh, look, the audience will love it because the
Yes.
dialogue is so witty.
Yes, I think it's Gilbert at his absolute best.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, once again, you're wearing two hats because you're choreographing this as well, aren't
Well,
you?
yes, it's a production. I'm reproducing a production I did in Harrogate in the Gilbert Sullivan International Festival in 2018 for a company called Savoynet, and it won the top award as the best international production, plus I think 8 others, including the costumes, which we're also using in this season. So it was quite a fierce, competitive atmosphere, but this production won. So I'm delighted to be able to reproduce this now in Melbourne.
Oh, gosh, it's a very, very busy time, but it's probably working so well at the moment.
Yes. Well, and I always love revisiting something I've done before. There's not so much terror, and I think I've honed this down, and it's. I'm very happy and very proud of what I've achieved.
Tell us about the cast that you've chosen.
We have James Douglas as Reginald Bunthorne. We have John Pardcutt as the other poet, Archibald Grosvenor. We have Renee Mowering in the title role as Patience. We also, as the other lovesick maidens, we have Linley Williams as Lady Jane, Naomi Tooby as Lady Angela, Marissa Panzarin as Lady Ella, and Stefana Betts as Lady Sophia. We also have Ian Wolford, one of our fabulous, marvellous bass baritones, as the Colonel, Terence McManus as the Duke, and we have Jeff Dawes as the Major. And we have a very special guest artist in Ron Pidcock, who's coming back to do some little cameos, which will be a great surprise to the audience.
Lovely.
So-
that is terrific. Well, you've got a great cast, and I did... I think she's Linley Williams. She's reprising her award-winning role.
We actually Gilbert Sullivan Opera Victoria took this production again to the Buxton Gilbert Sullivan Festival in 2006, and Linley won 2 awards as Lady Jane.
Oh wow!
And
That's
so
brilliant.
20 years later, she's even better and even funnier, and she's stealing the show at the moment.
Well, that's a great role.
It is a marvellous
It
role.
is a terrific role. Oh, now I think Patience, it's really got something for everyone, hasn't it? You've got the joy, the satire, the romance,
Absolutely.
and plenty of sparkle.
And it's brilliantly paced and not too long.
No.
As later on, Gilbert got wordier and wordier, but this is absolutely precise. In fact, when it was first originally done, they added another piece to it, but we're not, of course. So it's not a long night in the theatre. Anybody, thinking, oh my God,
You've got to sit through
No,
this.
and I think particularly Gilbert's pacing of the second acts in all his operas is superb, because you read a lot about the history of Broadway. The first act works well, the second act never quite works. And Gilbert's second act, particularly in this, every number is a showstopper in the second act. It's really fantastic.
Oh, it's getting really exciting now, isn't it?
Yes.
So I think tickets are, well, they're no doubt selling fast. So we might give our listeners some information on performance dates and times.
Yes, we're doing it. The 4 performances at the Alexander Theatre from the 10th to the 12th, with matinees both on the 11th and the 12th, and then the following weekend we take it to Queenscliff. Saturday and Sunday, two matinees, and then the following weekend we take it to a matinee to the Moe to Moe.
Oh, yes.
So we're spreading it all around. The bookings can be made through gsov.org.au, and that'll take you to try booking into other places. And I would also like to mention that this tour and the whole thing has been made possible very much by the sponsorship of Henkel Wines, which have been wonderfully generous to us and tremendously supportive not just to us, but to many opera companies through Melbourne and Victoria.
That's wonderful. That
Yes,
is,
yes.
It's so good to get that support.
Yes, the
isn't it?
generosity from them and the enthusiasm and the love we get from Hans Henkel and his wine company has been wonderful and remarkable.
And that is a great comfort to have that backing.
Absolutely. Well, we're hearing lots of shows are closing at the moment, and lack of sponsorship and lack of support. So this is a good news story that we're not closing early, and we are getting support.
Oh, gosh. Well, it sounds as though everything's moving in the right
Yes,
direction,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is.
And
yes.
the setting will look gorgeous, no
Yes.
doubt.
Oh, yes. Yes. I've designed the set, and it's being painted by a lovely, talented young lady called Tiana Lelulius. I can't quite pronounce her last name, but she's doing this gorgeous artwork on the set. And as I said, the costumes are being the same ones we used in Harrogate, and they won an award for the best costumes.
Oh, wow.
So we're using all those again. So it will look very sumptuous, as well as being funny and melodious.
Oh, golly. Well, you couldn't ask for more than
No,
that,
you
could
can't.
you?
You couldn't.
Absolutely. Well, look, I want to thank you so much, Robert, for coming in
Jane. Well,
today
thank you. Thank
and
you for having me.
reminding me of not only of the fun that I had when I
Right.
did it 100 years ago, but just giving the listeners a wonderful overview of
Right.
what is going to be a very exciting production, I
Thank you,
think.
Jane. Thank you very much.
And so I just want to say on behalf of us here at Golden Days, I want to wish you, as director, your cast and crew, everyone connected with the production, chukkers for a great opening night and a successful season with patience.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.